What's up, guys? I've been asked to about macros in Aion for gear, and let me do a quick one about that. So basically, what are macros and what do you use them for? You can okay, think of it if you have played if you have played other games where you can do a little bit of in-game, coding kind of, I would say. And you have the same option with macros, and the thing is that it's actually quite simple, and people usually don't go for it because they think that it's actually quite hard, even though it's not. And let me try to explain. There are two ways. Like, I'm using option B, and I'm gonna explain option A first, and then I'm gonna go over to option B. But option B is you basically need a different keyboard for that. You can't do that on your own. So let's first use the in-game version. For in-game, you click on new. You know, in the first window, you give the macro a name. Let's, I don't know, say for example PvP. You know, and if you want, you can put a description in for your macro with 40 letters. I mean, it's for your own sake, so I don't really think you will need that. You can select an icon, which is pretty cool. Now you have like a bunch of different ones, like basically all your skills which are possible, and yeah, I think it's all of them, isn't it? Now it's like the cleric version or and the chanter version. Yeah. So yeah, you can basically use those. Let's just go with this one, randomness, and then you click OK, and then in here you can now go ahead and you can enter stuff. So basically what I could do, I could say, okay, let me take my piece of gear and let me come over here. Let me take my piece of gear and put it in there. And then it automatically says use Guardian, whatever bullshit crap. And then I use the second one. I mean, now I'm just gonna go for randomness. It doesn't matter. Wait, let me actually go for the proper version, which is for the pants. Where are my pants? What the flip? Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so the pants and shoulders and gloves. Yeah, there you go. And shoes. Okay, and then you save that up. So you got the macro here, and now see what will happen. Let me put it here. Let me press that, and it will change the gear from my inventory. So now the problem is, like, if I click on it again, um, it will take it off. And if I click on it again, it will use it. So that's one option. Another option would be if you go to the macro and you, rather than saying that, you just say, you delete that and you click use, and then you say one, and then you go with the second one and you use the same thing. You say again use, and then you say 1, 2, and so on. Let me take the third one as well. I mean, now it will fuck up all the thing for me, but let me just show you what I'm trying to show you. 1 and 3. So let me save that as, I don't know, PvP LLL. And if I press that, what actually happens, it uses these ones, so if I change that, if I actually, rather than saying 1 1, if I go ahead and say 1 1, and here I say 2 1, and then I go ahead here and say 3 1, and what actually will happen is it will just look what will happen. It will use these three. So you can kind of identify, you can put stuff in here. I could have anything here. I could like put a potion in here. One second. What is happening? Why is it not putting the potion there? Yeah, okay, let me just move it from here. Of course, yeah. Where is that crappy potion? Potion here. Potion here. No potion here. Nande's potion. Okay, so I'm putting stuff, randomness in here. Uh, um, okay. I mean, you guys getting the point. Let me just press on the button now. So it will automatically use it and, you know, go ahead and just do that. So now I've just totally messed up all my macros. So I'm going to take off all that crap. I'm going to auto do that and use my proper macro, the one I have, and then, you know, just use that. So that's it. It's fixed again. Well, so this is the version how you would go with the in-game stuff. You can kind of have macros for everything. For example, um, TeamSpeak macros, you know, if you want to go for that, or, you know, like, I don't know, Kisco, whatever, like, you know, it's up to you. You know, you can have like translation if you want to shout something to the Asmodeans after you die or before they kill you, whatever. It's totally up to you guys. If you're looking something for LFG, you just write /3 because it's the 3 channel. So you go here, you can just double check uh, options, and in here use basically, so I've selected everything but it's just this one. So this one is the LFG, so you can click on channel number 3, and then so that's why you add /number 3 space, and then you enter your message, you click on the macro, and it will automatically put it there. If I would move that thing, and if I would just have here nothing, like for example if I would say nothing, then if I press on it, nothing will happen, you know, because it doesn't know where to put it. So another option is if I go ahead and say like that, then what will happen, it will automatically put it in alliance. But since I am not in an alliance right now, it's not happening. So if I do P, it would, so for that you can just go ahead, you can click on like the chat thingy here, and you will, you know, you can see all the options available. So whatever you want to put in there, you just put say like / then say / group, but there's like a shortcut for group which is P, shortcut for alliance is A, and so on. So that totally depends on you, what you want to do, what kind of macro you want to use. So this is like the in-game stuff, you know. This is option A. Now it's your imagination, what kind of thing you're going for, what kind of things you're trying to do. You can also, I don't know, have a macro like you could say, you could, I don't know, I mean, yeah, let me actually just do that for a second. So you could even say that, for example, or and that, and followed by, let's say, where is that? This thing, you know. So let me save that, click it, you know. So you can also have that, you know. So it's totally up to you. Sometimes you have to put a delay. So if you want to reuse that, it won't really happen. So um, if I would, for example, if I have to click an item many times and I'm like opening the item or something, you know, like boxes or whatever, I could, you know, just go ahead / delay and then space, and then I would say, I don't know, 3 or something, then it will automatically use 3 seconds, and after that it would use the skill again. So let me go ahead and actually do that. So the cooldown for that is 5 seconds, so let me actually move that to 5. I hope it works. Sometimes it's like really messy, uh, like these macros. You have to kind of play around to kind of, yeah, there you go. So I could actually copy that now like an idiot, like a proper retard, you know, like that, and I could just enter that like a billion times or whatever, and I just save it, and I would just like click it, and it will, after every 5 seconds it will automatically, you know, go ahead and do that. So the thing is now, is it allowed? I mean, obviously it is. I mean, if it wouldn't be, then why would it be in the thing, you know, in the window in the game? So the only thing is that if you go ahead now and use, I mean, they have like some auto clicker bullshit like that. So if you go ahead and use those to re-click your macros, that's 100% illegal. Like, you aren't allowed to do that. So that's something, if you, like, you know, I don't know, put your macro in like, I don't know, in a weird way for like, for example, ether, because you can also put a macro for allocating magical ether, and then you can have, go ahead and fly there and get the ether. But then again, if you do that with the clicker thing, that would be something you can't do. So you have to be careful with that. Otherwise you will 100% get banned. Okay, so now let me go ahead and actually show you the second option, which I am actually using. I don't really like the gear version, because the reason for that is when you do the gear version and you are switching your gear, it will automatically use every single peach on its own. So, which basically means that if I'm switching my gear and while that's happening, someone else attacks me, it would just stop the macro, which basically means that it wouldn't continue with the macro. And that kind of annoys me also, because the delay is just too big. And I wanted to get rid of the delay. I wanted to, kind of make it easier for myself, and also the macros in here aren't really making sense for me for my gear, so I've actually changed the whole thing, and I'm using option B now. For option B, you basically need a keyboard which allows you to create macros. I've got the Black Widow chroma, razer Black Widow chroma. So for that, I actually, yeah, you need to download something for that. So that's my keyboard, and I've put all my macros in here. Actually, let me go ahead and remove that one for a second, so we can, yeah. So let me remove that for a second, and then I can actually add another one in here. So how are we gonna do that? For that, first of all, you have to go into game. You have to open your key binding options, and yeah, so there you go, keep mapping. You go to action bar, and with action bar you have to allocate your taskbars down here, like which ones are which. So with me, the one I use most commonly is 0, which is marked as insert, and my DPS one is F1, and then I would go ahead, and now you can see different gears in here. So let me actually just go ahead to number 4, for example. Well, I do need 4, so I can't do that. That's for the cannon. For yeah, I can select that one, I guess. No, I can't select that one. I need that one too, and I need that one. Okay, let me do that for the sake of the video, and then I would press P, the same thing. Now I can go ahead and I can say, okay, you know what, let me actually just move that up ahead here, and I can fix it next time I need that. So to see a difference, let's take this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 5, yeah. And you can close that again. So this is number 4, and now here you can see number 4 is allocated F4. So with the macro, and to go back to the 0, like here is number 4, so to go back to 0 is insert. So what I'm gonna do is going in here, clicking on macros, clicking on like plus to make a new macro. Let's say chanter m sub, for example. Recorded delay, default delay, I can, the delay stuff I told you about. No delay, you click on no delay, then you go ahead and click on record, and when you do that, you actually have to start with 4, which is basically F4. So you click once F4, then you click number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and you click insert, and you stop again. You go to your keybind, you click on the macro, you select macros, you select the one you just created, which was chanter m sub. Yeah, that must be it. You select how many times you want to use that. You click once, you save that, it's saved. You go back to the game, you close that, you go back to insert, you open your window, you can have it here, you press the button like the macro on your keyboard, and it will change your gear. You go back to the first one, you can change. So that's something you can do that quite quick. You can also, which is amazing, which is like just so good, you can just go ahead and just switch gear around if you don't like it anymore. Or for example, you have like, for example, let's say you have that, and I don't want to go ahead and recreate the macro yet, so I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain you now as next. Let's assume that these are 6, and I've got the shoes in here as well, because I just don't feel like creating the whole thing again. Let's assume that I've got the shoes in here too, and let's assume this is number 6. So in 6 I could also, for example, have that thing, well, that thing, yeah, look, this one also gives me magic suppression 100, and as this is a magic suppression set, I could also have that in here, and then close that obviously, and then go back to insert. Now you can see in here, when I press number 4, I will also have the buff food on me, So you can also put skills in there, for example. So let me go back to number 4. Um, let's again assume that I've got everything covered here. I've got that bullshit going on, and I won't have like I don't know, makes no sense whatsoever. But still, let me show you that with a skill, that one. So whenever I use my MSUP gear, it would automatically, allow use. Well, now the thing is that it's messed up because I was on the wrong one, but it doesn't matter because I can refix that again quite easily. So let me go ahead and press again, and there you go. Okay, I hope you guys like that. I I mean, the thing with these macros are they are tolerated with Gameforge. Um, I have written another ticket. I will show them this video before I make it visible for everyone. So if you do see that video soon, that basically means that they gave me a green light to post that method. I mean, there's nothing much they can do or say about that because first of all, they can't really see that anyways happening, and second of all, it's something which you have chosen for yourself as a special luxury because you have to physically go ahead and buy those keyboards, which are quite expensive. So I'm gonna put a link in the description, the one I have. Um, as I said, it's 1 second. Let me just put that back to the one it was because I don't want to mess it up. I don't think that was the one, to be honest. But okay, anyways, I'm gonna put it back to the one it was. It wasn't MSUP, it was, I think it was, yeah, I think it was that one. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I can fix that anytime later. Yeah, there you go. It was that one. Okay, so we can switch around between PvP, PvP, PvE, HP set, like magic, just subset, then magic suppression and block, you know. And if you want to be extremely smart, what you could also do, you could, for example, also have a macro going on with, you could actually just have the macro click the gear, take it off, use a potion and take it back on, then you will have your HP even regain a bit quicker. But these are kind of something which you have to kind of go into it deeper. I just wanted to show you the basic stuff, how it works. It's quite easy, it's quite simple. I hope you guys liked it. If you have more questions, if there's stuff you want to ask me, go ahead and do that. I will try my best to explain it to you. And yeah, thank you. Please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and I know that you guys want me to make more videos like that. Thank you very much, and take care.